Good morning. Welcome to the forecast discussion for Thursday, September 25th, 2025. Of course, I'm your meteorologist, Stephen DiMartino, CDM number 9. We have a lot to go through today, so let's dive right into it. Currently, right now, we have a warm front that is lifting to the north of the region, cutting through Connecticut with overcast cloud cover and some scattered showers and embedded thunderstorms. Nothing severe, but a few heavier downpours and a little bit of rumble of thunder. You're seeing that also over eastern Pennsylvania, with temperatures ranging from the upper 60s to lower 70s over the northern interior, lower to mid 70s along the coast. And that essentially is going to be your high temperatures for most of today, with a lot of showers and overcast cloud cover and a few embedded thunderstorms. So let's dive into the radar from WeatherTap with the surface map as well. You can again see the frontal boundary starting to lift northward. This is transition to a warm front, and we have this frontal, but in fact, it just changed. There it is. There's the warm front. Now, we have these showers and embedded thunderstorms. This will continue to lift through the region, producing some showers from time to time. We should see a break in the early afternoon hours, which is cloudy skies and a few isolated showers. Then we'll get a prefrontal trough ahead of this cold front that will eventually push through the region tonight. And that will open up the potential for a few thunderstorms capable of reaching severe levels. I'm skeptical just how strong they'll be, but let's say that it reaches your maximum potential. The maximum potential would be very heavy downpours, frequent lightning, hail, wind gusts over 55 miles per hour, and an isolated tornado. The SPC has some indication of that possibility around 2%. However, because the atmosphere is, well, take a look at the clouds right now. It is awfully cloudy. And the instability is going to be limited because we're not seeing as much of a maximization of the heating of the ground because lack of sunshine. So with these low clouds in place, it's going to limit your instability in the atmosphere. Your CAPE isn't going to be able to get as high. You're not going to be able to maximize that potential. But just be aware there is that threat for that isolated severe thunderstorm becoming a bit of a pest and much stronger than most of the other showers and thunderstorms you experience throughout the day. Meanwhile, take a step back and take a look down here. You see that right there? That is a tropical disturbance. We have Humberto out here in the Atlantic off the picture that will be tracking in this direction and moving around the western Atlantic ridge. This feature is what we need to keep an eye on because we're not sure exactly where it's going to develop in the Bahamas. It could develop down here, it could develop up here. And while that's all happening, we have our trough here with a new upper level low getting ready to form. You can start to see the hints of it right around Arkansas that's going to be cutting off and setting up around the Tennessee River Valley. And as you know, I have been warning, since May, keep an eye on upper level lows around the Tennessee River Valley because they can create awfully lot of mischief. So there's a lot of volatility in the forecast beyond Sunday. Okay, up to about Sunday, pretty confident. Beyond Sunday, that's when things get a bit murky because we're not sure of the development or even where this low pressure system is going to develop in location of the Bahamas. If it's north of the Bahamas, a little bit more concern. South of the Bahamas, that concern starts to decrease. So we'll have to keep an eye on that very, very much, very carefully. Meanwhile, our cold front here is marching across. By tomorrow morning, it'll push off the coast. So with all that, let's dive into this forecast for today. Variable cloud cover, scattered showers and thunderstorms. Some of those thunderstorms could be pretty beefy with some heavy downpours, frequent lightning, hail, wind gusts over 55 miles per hour, and even an isolated tornado. High temperatures range from the upper 60s to lower 70s over the interior, lower to mid 70s along the coast. Temperatures are really not moving all that much the rest of the day. For tonight into tomorrow morning, the cold front moves through, again with showers and a few thunderstorms. Look for low temperatures by tomorrow morning in the lower to mid 60s over the interior, mid to upper 60s along the coast. For tomorrow afternoon, the cold front begins to stall over the coastal waters, so we'll have variable cloud cover with a few isolated showers capable of a brief heavy downpour or two, but for the most part, a mix of sun and clouds. Look for high temperatures ranging from the lower to mid 70s over the northern interior, upper 70s to lower 80s on the I-95 corridor, and mid to upper 70s along the coast. For Saturday, high pressure built in, light and variable winds, variable cloud cover. Look for low temperatures ranging from the mid to upper 50s over the northern interior, lower to mid 60s along the coast. High temperatures will range from the mid to upper 70s. Saturday is going to be the best day of the weekend. Sunday, it kind of goes downhill. Now, this is not a direct impact from the tropical low pressure systems, but because of all the tropical moisture sitting in the atmosphere to the south of us and that upper level low around the Tennessee River Valley, it forces essentially a tropical warm front pushing towards the region from the Atlantic Ocean. And that's going to open up the potential for some showers, capable of some tropical downpours along the coast. Meanwhile, over the Poconos and Catskills, scattered cloud cover, maybe an isolated shower. For the most part, pretty quiet. So the closer you are to the coast, the better potential you have for rain. Look for low temperatures in the upper 50s to lower 60s over the northern interior, lower to mid 60s along the coast. High temperatures will range from the mid to upper 70s throughout the region. Lower to mid 70s throughout the region. Apologies. So that's Sunday. Then we get to Monday. A trough hangs around the region. Let's zoom out here for just a moment. And what we are dealing with here is this possible interaction. Now, again, high volatility, very much uncertain of this threat. But the general theme is you have an upper level low here and something tropical trying to brew down here interacting. And that could drive some showers into our region and possibly create a significant impact on the southeast coast. There's a lot of questions as to whether or not this plays out. But for right now, let's go with scattered showers for the region. So we'll jump right back here. So Monday will feature variable cloud cover with some scattered showers. Low temperatures range from the upper 50s to lower 60s over the northern interior, lower to mid 60s along the coast. High temperatures in the mid to upper 70s. On Tuesday, that interaction between the upper level low and the tropical disturbance will lead to waves of rainfall pushing northward, and some of that rain will be heavy at times. So we'll watch to see how this all evolves. Again, if this tropical disturbance forms further south and doesn't interact with the upper level low, then you end up with a far different forecast. So I just want to put that out there. Look for low temperatures in the lower to mid 60s, high temperatures in the mid to upper 60s because of overcast cloud cover and rain. On Wednesday, that slowly departs with showers along the coast, clearing skies over the interior, breezy conditions either way. Look for low temperatures in the lower to mid 50s over the northern interior, mid to upper 50s along the coast, high temperatures in the upper 50s to lower 60s along the coast, and mid to upper 60s over the interior. Why? Because there's more sunshine. But again, if this ends up doesn't develop as you're seeing with the model guidance here, far less rainfall. Also, regardless of whether it pushes northward or not, the onshore flow is going to increase the potential for coastal flooding. So you want to be prepared for that. So a lot of information. Now on Thursday, high pressure takes control, clear skies, beautiful weather conditions, low temperatures in the lower to mid 40s over the northern interior, mid to upper 40s along the coast, high temperatures in the upper 50s to lower 60s throughout the region. What a forecast. So we have a lot to watch here, a lot of moving parts. We'll update as we get better data. I want to stress here, volatility is pretty high, so expect changes to the forecast, but this is the best data we have so far. That's your forecast for today, and as always, stay safe out there.